So a lot of people are asking here what has happened to the EU Migration Pact. There was a 5-hour debate in the Dáil on Tuesday. Now, it has been postponed until next week. And I would imagine because of the amount of court orders that have went in against it, the amount of emails that every TD is receiving, and the communities and the people on social media speaking up. Not to mention the rest of the world laughing at us. When Helen Mcentee stood up and said, 676 or 78 people per year, by God, is she in La La Land. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what Ireland will be in 2 years if this continues to be allowed to happen. We need stern action, we need immediate action, and we need to send a clear message to the countries where the people are coming from that Ireland is not willing to take any more people and that we are going to send home. Now, when O'Leary from Ryanair says they get on the flights in France or the UK or wherever with documentation, they go into Dublin with documentation, and the moment they go through the airport, the documentation is gone. And there they are on their way to the IPAS centres. They're not vetted. No documentation, no vetting. They'll go in and they'll give, hello, my name's Father Jack from Somalia. And there's no way of tracking that because there is no central criminal justice system. Now, if they were fingerprinted in another EU country, then our government should be able to send them back. Are they? No. They're not sending them back. So, when they come in and they have no documentation, and they have been already started the asylum process in a different country, they're no longer our responsibility. They need to return to where they came from. Our government lost control. We have been shouting about this for months. I have stood on streets here in -3, -4 conditions with my community to try and stop 50 meals coming to our town. And we fought for genuine people that were seeking asylum and have the most lovely wee kids and families in our town. But we have people here in our housing lists for 20 years. People I know and love are being evicted and I can't help them get a house. And if there is anything coming up for rent, it's extortionate and unaffordable for the taxpayers of this country. There's people in this town that have been offered thousands for their property a month. Some have better morals and are going, no. That's happening right around the country. And then Roderick O'Gorman standing up and saying we need a process not for profit. Yeah. It's a bit late for that now, isn't it, Roderick? The tourism sector, and now you have Aer Lingus cancelling up 20% of flights. That's going to affect the tourism industry that's already crumbling here. So, what do we do? There's a new party. I'm sure you've seen it. Kevin Sharkey. He is in the process of setting it up. It's a New Ireland. If you haven't followed Kevin already, please go over to his page and follow him. I'm fully behind it, fully involved. It has to get off on the right foot. And he's a smart man. He knows exactly what he's doing. The manifesto will be set. He will get advice from those he sees fit to do so. And I am very privileged and honoured to be working alongside him on this. Am I going to run? I don't know. And I've said this. But am I going to be part of history? Part of something that's going to stand up and change this country? You bet your ass I am. And it's just common sense. But it's heart. It's heart for the people who live here, who struggle here. It's heart for the people who are born here. It's heart for the young people who do not want to leave and have no option. It's heart for the parents that are seeing the young people having to go to different countries and not be able to return. It's heart for those people who are getting evicted and can't see light at the end of the tunnel. It's hard for the kids that can't get autism services. It's hard for the kids who are waiting years for scoliosis treatment. It's hard for the cancer patients who can't get the same treatment on a public healthcare system than it has on a private one that's causing significant deaths. It's hard for the women that were affected by Simon Harris and the cervical cancer smear. It's hard for everybody who are struggling with the carbon tax, the elderly who are choosing to eat or heat at Christmas. And it's hard for every single taxpayer of this country who are sick to the core of this government. The party is called A New Ireland. And it will be a sensible, stern, firm approach with the right people, the right mindset, and the work ethic to be part of history, to change the status quo, and to stand up and be counted. So when the website is active, please go on, please pay your membership, and please get behind it. People are saying, another new party. No. The other parties that were established, they have ran in elections, they didn't get anywhere. And if they did, it was very few and far between. So if it's a thing where everybody has to come together now for the greater good, I think Kevin Sharkey has the experience. He's the right man to lead this party. And he has empathy, but he loves this country and he loves the people in it. And he is willing to stand up and be counted. The question is, are you?